statement?
Yeah, pitching, defense, some timely hits, but pitching and defense, story of the game. Obviously, Drew Titsworth should get all the headlines for making his first career start and going 6 scoreless against a really good offensive team. And then TP Wentworth with a great inning, Garris great inning, Lucas Mahlstedt doing his thing. But the defense that we played, I thought, was championship caliber defense, and the pitchers did a really good job of attacking the strike zone and getting ahead and letting the defense play. So that's a really good Louisville club. They've got a lot of weapons, a lot of good pitchers. Their pitcher obviously was doing a really good job of being down in the zone, mixing his pitches, gave them a quality start as well. And so it was a total pitcher's duel today, and they made some highlight reel plays. The shortstop alone is a human highlight reel himself, Alisea. But to see him and Chufo kind of going back and forth, making web gem after web gem, it was a pretty cool day. And awesome crowd, incredible crowd, a lot of energy. I appreciate the crowd as always. I thought they were really into it. And you know, when you play a game in about 90 minutes, it's probably easy to be into it like that. So, you know, glad we could give everybody a little bit of their Saturday night back, and glad we were 1 run better again. But these nail-biter games, also glad we have played so many of them because we're comfortable in them, but they're certainly not easy.
Questions for Coach?
When did you guys know you were going to go ahead and go with Titsworth?
Probably when he went in long relief through 4 and change against, who was it? And Gardner-Webb. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he went long, when he extended against Gardner-Webb, it kind of the light bulb went off that hey, we could potentially use him as a starter if we can lengthen him out. He's got good stuff. It's a unique look. But you know, it just luckily it worked, and he was great, and he certainly looked the part out there.
You mentioned his outing against Gardner-Webb. How did that kind of boost his confidence leading into his first career start?
He mentioned that?
You mentioned when he pitched against Gardner-Webb, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How did that inning kind of boost his confidence leading into his first career start?
Well, I think it was just that we could see that we could extend him. You know, we had exclusively used him as the 1 to 2 inning guy historically, but to see him go 4 1/3 or 4 2/3, whatever he went against Gardner-Webb, it was just kind of the light bulb went off. Like, well, if he can do that, then there's no reason why he can't potentially go 4 or 5 innings as a starter. And then, you know, we were going to take him out when the lineup was flipping over for the 3rd time, but Coach Bellinger went and talked to him. He said he felt great. He was holding his velo, and so we ran him out there for the 6th, but we weren't planning on doing that. But that was more his doing because of how he felt and how he was pitching.
What can you say about Jarrell and the tear that he's on lately at the plate?
Yeah, JJ's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen, maybe the hardest worker I've ever seen in college baseball. He's just, it's just an incredible, relentless work ethic. And so anytime he has success, it's easy to cheer for a kid like that because he puts in the time all the time, and so dedicated to his craft in all phases, not just baseball, but nutrition and strength and conditioning and hydration and recovery and sleep. And, you know, he's on all the cutting edge of all the recovery tactics, and he's just truly part scientist with it as well. But he's an easy one to cheer for, and he's a captain, and everyone loves him. And so to see him have success, and especially when he's hitting homers, it's a great feeling, and it certainly boosts the team.
And I know you guys like scoring, 11 runs if you can and all, but to have this kind of pitching in the 2nd game of a series, you haven't had that in a while. I know you gotta feel good about that kind of performance.
It's good. It's good when we can complement each other. When the pitching has given up some runs, we've scored a lot of runs. When we're not scoring runs, the pitching finds a way to hold it down. And we'll just that needs to continue to be a trait of ours, because it's just reflective of the group doing what it takes to come out on top. And even if it's just 1 run better, if it's a slugfest, a pitcher's duel, or something in between, they just do a good job of picking each other up and having each other's backs.
Anything else for Coach?
For Cannarella, his home run totals compared to last season is kind of down. I guess how's his mentality been
Yeah, I mean, he also had surgery in the off season, so I think there's, that power's the last thing that usually develops in young athletes, and especially baseball players. You'll see a lot of guys as they kind of continue to mature and have a few more trips around the sun, then you'll see as they get their grown man strength in their early to mid 20s, that's when you really start to see the power show up. There's been plenty of major leaguers that have done that. What Cam has is elite bat to ball skills, and he can do things on the field that nobody else can do. So if he hits a few homers short of his homer total last year, but he's still taking runs off the board in center field and still getting on base and still has that clutch gene that people try to quantify and they don't know how to quantify, but he's got it. And when we need a big hit, he seems to get it. He still has all that. So in terms of just contributing to the total run production of the team, because we like to call ourselves a run scoring offense, I think he's still doing a really good job. He's taking a lot more walks this year, which is probably goes hand in hand with, correlated with maybe he's not getting the pitches to hit out. I mean, not that his power's gone down, he's got to get good pitches to hit out. And nobody pitches to him. They make all the pitching changes when he comes up, and they pitch around him. And he's circled, his name is circled on every opposing team scouting report, and he's earned that. So I'm proud of the way he's taking his walks and having good plate discipline, but not worried about the power. It's still in there, and when he gets a good pitch to hit, he can still smash it.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.